Democrats, Massachusetts lawyer arrested on federal fraud charges and studying corruption. Yeah. Leftist KTLA scrambles for cover after a posting. Oops. Don't do that. Greed ran states created most of the 318. Oh yeah, I think we already saw. Yeah, we already saw this one. Yeah. This is the end. Yeah, we already saw it. Alright, what do we got here? Let's do this. They are freaking out. Men don't care anymore. The Man Guide. What's this about?
Men say you're gonna grow old alone with cats, as if that's something that's gonna scare us women.
It's one of these.
I genuinely think the
So it's one of these channels that compiles a bunch of like TikToks and Instagram or posts about these women talking about their experiences, I guess. The best way to put it.
Spinster stereotype is just made up by men who couldn't stand seeing older women unbothered. Like studies have shown, the happiest women are single and the happiest men are married.
Like the studies have shown? Where'd you get this information?
The math is not mathing. I think the men are just projecting their biggest fear of being alone for life. Women are not lonely. We have hobbies, we have friends, we have family, and we sure as hell would rather stay single and keep our peace than settle for someone who only brings problems into our lives. That's all.
You are coping.
Yeah, I was all like, huh? Do I gotta pull up that one fucking video of those fucking two ladies duking it out, and then their men get it, their husbandos get involved because these two bitches got into a fight? Do I gotta pull up that video? Don't make me pull up that video.
Coping so hard, coping and seething.
I'm gonna be single forever. I just realized that, man. I'm gonna be single forever. And I'll say that, and some people are like, that's sad. It's not sad. It's reality, bruh.
It's reality,
single
bruh.
Forever. And I remember talking to my friend Rachel. She was like, you shouldn't say that, because if you say that, you preach that, it's gonna end up happening. You'll be single forever. And I'm like, well, I've been preaching the other way. Now I'm going to try some reverse psychology. Nobody's going to love me.
Nobody's going to love me.
Nobody.
Nobody's
going to be my girlfriend.
He's just...
It's not working.
3 reasons why men should stay single. All right. So, guys, you should be focusing on your goals. Why do I say this? It's because every day you wake up and you're focusing on your purpose, or even if you're working on your business, for example, focus on yourself first before you even think about getting into relationships or whatever the case may be. So really focus on your purpose first and take care of your priorities and make sure they're in line with what you're trying to do with your life. And at the end of the day,
so I think this is some like red pill shit,
no matter
basically.
what it is.
I mean, it's not.
Period. You have to make those sacrifices for what you want to
Yeah,
do.
I mean, red
not
pill,
nobody else.
Surprise!
Give or
The
take.
number of young single men in America is at a record high. This is why. According to Pew Research data that was released this week, a staggering 63% of men in their 20s are single, which is almost double that of women. Lonely men out there? Let's break down these numbers. Scholars say that women don't want to marry down, whereas in the past, men played a more significant dominant role in relationships. Women are now taking home 60% of all bachelor's degrees. And even though men still earn more money than women, that wage gap is slowly closing. It's now sitting at $43 a week. And that empowerment of young women is removing young men from the relationship equation. So then who are these young women dating? Some are dating and marrying slightly older men, which has been a thing for centuries. And others are more openly dating each other. There's more to it than just changing social dynamics. Women are also tired of dating emotionally unavailable and distant men. men, which is a larger issue in male relationships in general. Research shows that more men than women are friendless and lonely, and only half of single men are even looking for a committed relationship or even going on casual dates. They just want friends. And the social disconnect actually has really tragic consequences. Like the young male unalive rate is 4 times that of women. And all this research compounds with a 2021 Gallup poll,
she's
which
actually
found that American
putting
men
up data
are
to prove it.
experiencing a
That's a
friendship
first.
recession, with nearly 1 in 6 American men reporting not having a single close friend. Female empowerment is one thing, but if relationships and friendships are both falling for men, where does that leave us in the future?
How much money should a guy make per year?
Uh-oh.
100,000. All right, that's a little wild. My boyfriend works at Chick-fil-A, so he makes like 100,000. You know your boyfriend.
Wait, your boyfriend at Chick-fil-A earns 100,000? That doesn't sound right.
Does not make 500K a year working at Chick-fil-A. Yes, he does.
He tells you he makes 100,000 at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Okay, I'm telling you, he's lying to you. Because at Chick-fil-A.
This bitch is taken for a ride. Wait, are the women this gullible? Please, women, please don't degrade yourself like this. Like, what? The fuck? What the fuck just happened? What am I listening to?
You're dating a liar right now. You are, because at Chick-fil-A, it's not possible to make 500K. Yes, it is.
I was gonna pull out like the stereotypical blonde bitch card, but even this blonde nice lady, she's pretty cute. I mean they're both cute. Let's be real. Anyway, sorry. She's even like, dude, what bitch? What are you talking about? Even though she is like, bitch, you're crazy.
Be for real. I find that hard to believe. At Chick-fil-A, they make minimum wage, so your boyfriend's lying to you.
How much should a guy make in a year?
How much?
Makes like
Wait, did she just ask the guy how much he made, even though he's the interviewer? What the fuck?
20 grand. That's fucking it. Yeah, he works really hard. Okay, but he should at least be making.
In a year.
My boyfriend makes like 20 grand.
20
That's
grand.
fucking it. Yeah, he works really.
Oh my god. Why does this bitch look like fucking, up to a bitch?
Really hard.
Just the fatter version.
Okay, but he should at least be making 200K.
Holy fuck! What? 200K? I'm sorry, excuse me? What kind of job do you think this person has? He's not some CEO, okay?
He's a janitor at the high school. He really works hard. That's hard work too. That's hard labor. That's labor. That attracts you. I want a guy who works hard. But don't you want a man who makes 200K so he can spoil you? I would rather a guy who works hard than a guy who's rich. You have to.
Wow.
This
Didn't think
bitch
I'd be
is
saying this
nuts.
today, but girl number 2 appears to have grown up in the remote wilderness unplugged
Yeah,
from
holy
modern
shit. Girl
civilization.
number 1
Most
is
likely raised
actually
by a
doing
single dad.
alright. And then girl
Anyway,
number
that
2 is out
first
of her
half.
fucking
Wow.
mind.
Chick-fil-A Chad is working overtime to make his side piece believe he has a large salary. I don't even know what to say. I mean, she's obviously not that bright, but I wouldn't be able to avoid smiling and pull that off back when I was in a similar position.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The top comments are, maybe he works for the corporate and not the store. That actually did cross my mind. I know a guy working for Doritos and he's making bank in the software department. Chicks don't really connect those dots though, for a number of reasons.
True.
The brunette one is a keeper. A real needle in a haystack. But with the
Correct.
available information, I can't disagree. You can tell these women don't have jobs. At
Yep.
least, not the real ones. I need to apply at Chick-fil-A. Why is she trying to sabotage her own friend's relationship? Because, and here we go, modern women are a lost cause. They're more than willing to destroy each other. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Another one.
It's funny, yeah, they keep trying to fight each other too. Yeah, it's funny.
Listen, it's not that. My point is, her mom is making it seem like it's okay. It's not okay. It's not. It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is? Are you fucking out of your mind? Who talks like that? Oh, I got pregnant. It is what it is. What the fuck? At 16? Oh, Jesus. Who's the father? Oh, no, it's one of their chill.
It's not. It's not.
So you want her to kill her baby? So what do you want to do?
What the
Honestly speaking,
fuck?
I really wish that you just was not like.
What do you want me to do now?
First of all, bro, listen. This is my daughter you're talking about.
But
She's
she's
16
not
years old. She's not grown. She's not an
Okay,
adult.
but let
She's
me
not an
just-
adult.
Babe.
You laughing? This is
Babe,
crazy. This.
Babe, if the mother and the stepfather is willing to, you know.
No. I don't care about none of that. This is my
Okay, so what
daughter
are you
we're
willing
talking
to do
about.
about it?
This is
Listen, she
insane.
still has time for an abortion. She's only,
You
she's
want me to
only
kill
2
my
months.
child?
If you want, listen.
that's
If you
a
want to
whole
have a
other
kid
topic.
Then
at
you should've
16
had
and ruin your life while you're still in school,
Then you should have had.
She's
full
not
custody.
ruining
I'm sorry,
it.
babe.
you stay out of it. You're not the mom.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. Single moms make single moms. And brother, if you're both still married,
Holy shit,
God
man.
help you. I'm gonna skip over the
This is
solutions
insane.
because these people are all idiots.
shit is
I think the core of the
wild.
message is that they created a feminist environment, one that
Yep.
allowed a young woman to throw her life away and join the ranks of the voluntarily afflicted. Anyways, the comments are, the mother is part of the problem. She is 99% of the problem, arguably probably more. Generations of single mothers being raised by single mothers. Yep, and the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Yikes, dude is in a room full of clowns.
Yep.
Yep, and the fact that he's even a part of this also makes him a clown by association.
Yeah, there's
This
that
whole
other
thing is the
guy
product
who's
of
like,
bad
yo, whatever,
decision-making.
man. It's like,
He's allowing
Jesus.
the women to run his household.
fucking ratchet meathead behavior. Fucking
There's no order.
them hoes are ratchet, and then you got this meathead dude who just wants to fuck.
Thank you. This is exactly what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, there's no order.
First off,
Yeah, I'm
just-
surprised he hasn't kicked any of them out. Holy shit.
Just the way she's talking to her father is crazy and shows how she has no respect. Secondly, just look at how the mother is condoning her behavior and not telling her there are ramifications to this. It's all normal in a matriarchal household. Gross. Next clip.
Can you escape your
Hey man, that's the life he chose. That's the lady he chose. He decided to make a baby with that lady. I mean, that's on him, right?
past? Can Honus really be deleted? Do we believe that?
No.
I would say to an extent.
I feel like after about like 5 years, it don't count no more. 4 or 5
100%.
years. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like, first of all, I don't like when men are mad for things that I've done
Yeah,
before,
before
you.
you. Oh
Like,
my
if I
God.
did
What?
not even meet you, if you weren't even a
Well, I mean, if you're not gonna tell them up front that you had some relations in the past, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Should at least be upfront with that.
visual representation
Right,
in my
right,
life,
right.
you
Also, you should be upfront with, you know, I don't want to say letting down your guard, but, right, just having, like, conversations in general.
should not care. That's how I feel.
I have a lot to say on this past argument, but I think the first comment puts it best. Promiscuous women always say their past escapades don't matter, but they're always looking for a way to erase it.
Yeah,
Why
that
not
too.
wear it as a badge of honor?
Jesus.
I thought it didn't
What
matter.
did you do?
Why even ask this question
You got
if it doesn't
some? Do
matter?
you got some
Haha,
fucking
maybe women should make better
schizo
choices and not
stalker
sleep around with drug
dude
dealers,
or
athletes, and
boyfriend who's
rappers
gonna
with
fucking come
reckless
get me or
abandon?
some shit?
These women then
I
want
ain't
men to
about that.
respect them and ignore their high level of promiscuity. And unfortunately, it
I
doesn't
don't
work
deal
that
with
way.
crazy
A promiscuous
bitches.
woman is the equivalent of a broke man with no ambition.
I don't deal with no
The only thing
crazy
I had to change is that
304s. Okay,
It's probably worse,
That's not
considering that men
happening.
can still recover. That said, it's true. Women are constantly and simultaneously saying that the past doesn't matter, while also saying things like this, which let you know that it clearly does, even for them. The other comments are, why are you trying to escape your past, though? You can't
Also, don't deal with women who are milquetoast and going to get you into fights with other people. It's not good.
escape when that
It's not
thing
good.
looks like a roast beef sandwich. You can hide your past, but you can't hide those gigantic beef curtains. Used car will always be a used car. Yes,
Used
men
car
care.
will
No one
always
wants
be
to
a
be walking
used
around
car.
with someone
Nice.
everyone knows too well. And that's the essence of the problem. The funny part, as you can see here, is that many women actually know this, but there's no way in hell you'll get them to admit it. Next clip.
63% of men under 30 are electively choosing to be single. Why is that? Pornography. This is from a Pew Research Center survey. You guys, I
mean, that's one way to put it, yeah.
If you're using pornography, social media,
I mean, yes, that is problematic.
OnlyFans to replace real human beings, well, that leads to mental health problems when you
it can
connect with people interpersonally. So I'm challenging you right now, men out there, young men, be bold.
Look, there's a whole entertainment on the fucking porn industry.
You think we need men in this society?
There's Playboy and shit like that. There's magazines and shit. I don't know what to tell you.
No?
There's a market for it.
50-50.
50-50? You don't think we need men?
Yeah, we need men. Like, it's a 50. We need men and we need women as much as we need men.
Okay. What about you?
I think I agree with what she said. Yeah.
What about you? Because you said you don't think we need men?
She said no.
Oh, damn!
So then you'd be fucked right now because you wouldn't be born.
Even that, I feel like that's it. Like.
So you don't think we need men at all? You think that
If it's not just because
that's one way to put it.
To, get more. No, I don't feel like it.
So you don't think men play an important role in this society at all whatsoever? No?
They shouldn't.
Damn.
They shouldn't or they don't?
They don't.
Damn, she wants to go scorched earth on men. She basically says wipe out all the men. Wow, I wonder what kind of society that will be.
Okay, alright, well.
2 got close to hitting the target. 1 missed by a mile and hit a local hospital. Guys, welcome back to an episode of Modern Women Are a Lost Cause. And no, for the most part, there's no coming back for adult generations in the West. As we know all too well, a woman's existential rudder is her history, and as much as they'd like to rearrange or change it, no magic wand is going to change that. Not Chad's, not Tyrone's, not anybody's.
Chad's, not
The end result is probably an itch, and that ain't going away. Anyway, here's the first set of comments. I don't think she realizes that KFC's owner is a man. Damn, right out of the park already with this one. She got hurt pretty bad. Or she's a feminist. Most
she's a
likely
feminist.
Both. It's always the 2 out of 10 girls. The number is generous, my man, but I'll allow it. Her friend thought she was gonna say no. Yeah, and that's the thing about these chicks outside the club. It's easy pickings looking for women over there with a bad opinion.
Yeah, wait, why
Easy
did
content,
she go to,
but
I'm confused now. Why did she go to the club? Well, I mean, I guess she's a lesbian at that point. I don't want to assume her sexual, like what she's down to, what she floats with, okay?
You cannot refute the fact that they are a concentration of qualities you find in almost every woman on that side of the planet. It's a real fish in the barrel situation, like this one here.
I like to meet a hoe who says, you know what, I'm a hoe, yes. I'm a prostitute, I walk the blade, I sell my body, and this is...
Is this on the fucking Fresh and Fit show? I think it's on the Fresh and Fit show.
What it is. Yes. And you know what? I had the good fortune. I was just recently in South Africa in Durban, and you said something earlier that disgusted me, to be honest with you. You said, this is just what I had to do. You live in America. I go to so many countries and people would kill to get here. And they do what they actually have to do. And South Africa is the country with the highest unemployment on the planet Earth.
Yeah, and they do a lot of killing over there. There's actually a lot of killing going on right now over there because there's some conflicts going on over there.
Talked to a woman who's my mother's age
South
who tried
Africa,
to solicit me for prostitution, and I respected the fact that she wanted to work for her money and earn her money. So I said, hey, I'm a podcaster. I'll pay you for a day's work. Let me interview you. I want to hear your story. Because people hear your story claiming that you had to do this. I talked to a woman who actually has to do this in a country with the highest unemployment in the world. You're deluded. And you know what she said in her interview? She said, if I could go to America and wash dishes, I would go there and do that happily and send money back to my family. You see the difference between you and women there who are doing the same job of prostitution? They do prostitution in some cases because they need jobs.
Yeah, you guys do it,
because you need God.
Yeah, you need
Lost and
God.
most likely never to be found. Given the fact that this chick attempted to smile through the entire lecture.
Yeah.
I mostly agree with what the
She
guy
got
said.
fucking
Trafficking
blasted.
is a global concern. I'm not entirely on board with the idea that women have no other choice in poverty.
Well, I mean, it's
considering
not
I've
just
been
her
all over the
right?
world
It's
and
all
witnessed
those
a
other
ton of
OnlyFans.
alternatives, but the
Right?
essence of
People
the
who
argument
go
still
on there and
rings
act
true.
like they're fucking hot
These
shit.
women have plenty of options, and yet they've chosen
And
deliberately
they all
to
get
cast it
fucking
all
money
aside
being
and debase
thrown at them
themselves,
because
expecting
people want to
nothing
see
to go
their
wrong
fucking
after their
naked
egregious
bodies.
failures. The comments at the top here are, I mean, unless you are held against your will, anything dealing in the sex industry in America is a choice.
Yes,
Absolutely
pretty much.
cooked her.
It is a
and
choice.
then some. The turkey is
Right?
charred at this point.
You want your freedom. You want your freedom of speech, or well, right? It would be under the, I guess, First Amendment to do this kind of shit, right? This is what women wanted, right? They want their feminism, their right to vote, right? This is all the making of what women wanted. Women have only to blame but themselves for this. All right, this is none of the men's fault. The men gave everything. The men gave away what the womans wanted, right? The womans got what they wanted, and now they're freaking the fuck out, and now they're doing all this weird shit. Not our problem.
Point. I'm a South African.
Well,
Yes, we have
it's
the
not-
highest
it's
unemployment
not
rate in the
the-
world.
the-
I am
it's not the
qualified
man's
pharmacist.
problem, okay?
I'm unemployed. My heart goes out to you, sir. I hope things turn around for you. Somebody just got hot honey roasted. Agreed. My heart breaks for their delusion and the men who pay for it. They're called simps, sweetheart, and they definitely fuel the fire, even though they didn't necessarily start it. Next.
My lottery ticket back. I don't trust you with my lottery tickets. I don't want you. No, because hey yo, seriously, yo, give my ticket back. I just want money on it. Give my ticket back. Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? I just wanted $600. What are you doing?
I'm not feeling that.
You gonna? Are you freaking serious, yo?
Nah, we finna be
Yo, you serious? You gonna tear my lottery ticket that I just won?
Oh, bye. Come on, let's go.
Yo! Oh my! No! Yo, get out my car, yo. That is you are crazy. You are crazy, yo. She's crazy.
This is a jealous woman who won't let her man be happy. Time to leave her in the street.
Yep, I can smell the comment section's
Yep.
rage, and I haven't even taken a look yet.
Belong
Once
to
again,
the streets.
this is a perfect representation of Western women and how they approach success that stems from masculinity. They are lost, with no sense of purpose or identity. They try to be men, and when it doesn't work out, they take measures into their own hands, doing everything they can to shut a man down. Honestly, the restraint this guy shows is commendable. More than ever, money's not growing on trees. It sure as hell feels like the way the government
this lady
prints
is
it, but
lost.
This dude had
She
almost
belongs to
every
the
right to
streets.
fly off the handle. The top comments are, she is lucky he don't hit women. I would have pulled her out of the car from her
Yeah,
rig.
he's lucky he didn't fucking
Violence
yank her
request
out of the
approved.
fucking car.
Damn, guys, coming in hot. Did I call it? Or did I call it? I think it's funny how you guys always have your phones out recording and stuff. I'm serious in most situations. I don't have my phone out recording an argument. This is all BS. I actually appreciate the skepticism, but these days, the reason we have access to these scenarios is because men have no other choice
Yeah,
but to record
they have no other
confrontation.
choice but
I
to
think
record
we
it.
all know why.
Because we all...
Next clip.
Yeah, the fact that that person said what they said is fucking brain dead. They don't know the actual fucking legal ramifications that some of these fucking women cause.
Women are so powerful. The way that I looked like that this morning,
Oh,
and
what
now
the
that I
fuck?
look like this, we're magical. We literally can do anything. So, yes, honey.
You look like the product of a leprechaun who bedded a confused ant.
You look like a
whose
crack
spawn
addict.
managed to hike into the remote wilderness, find a lonely shaman, and do it all over again. The caption this chick used was, "Women are the most magical creatures. Unicorn, unicorn, unicorn." But that's not the word or words I'd use to describe what has happened here. Regardless, the ego is
Run.
expected. At least it's not a self-identifying dog, wolf, or
Yeah,
whatever
at
else
least
you
it's not
constantly
that,
see on
but
the
still,
internet that
you
makes
should
you
run.
question how humanity has
This is like
held on for thousands
borderline,
of
like-
years. Here are the comments. Putting paint on a Honda Civic don't make it a Lamborghini. Damn right.
That's true.
This is a good one. Morning, Goblin. Afternoon, Goblin with makeup. So I guess in that way, it is
Yep.
magical. Having a big ego isn't attractive. I mean, neither is anything else going on in this clip. I don't think lessons will be received here. No, you can't. Short, sweet, and I completely agree. I can only imagine the company she keeps that would approve of this decision to go out looking like the protagonist of a new Disney Star Wars series. Moving on, y'all.
I'm not gonna do it. I did it the other week. I don't, yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Thanks. You're welcome, no worries. It's just a little, like, triggering.
It's just so...
The big ones always make me chuckle. And it's also a perfect addition.
Oh, I'm not gonna check my weight. It's triggering to me. What? Bitch, you sound unhealthy. Bitch, you need to you need to put down the Twinkies. Stop the Twinkies. You need to stop.
Addition to all of this.
Put the fucking snacks
the chick
down.
finds
Stop
measurable
it.
facts to be offensive. Can it get any better than this? The top comments are, she probably thinks a treadmill is judging her too. Great joke, but I doubt that she's ever seen one. They do it for health, not to shame.
They do
she
it
probably
for
thinks
health,
advice is personal attacks. That's a given,
Yeah,
brother.
oh no,
She
advice.
sounds big
It
as
hurts.
F.
You're hurting
Like a
my
tank.
well-being
Next
to
clip.
live.
You would be eating a wiener walking around campus.
Wait, what?
Now you do. I'm Danny.
Got mustard on my hand. Sorry.
I love mustard. Good thing I'm a mustard fan.
What the fuck?
Can I have a little more?
Like, I didn't even know.
Okay.
What the
Can I
fuck?
get your number?
No, I'm married.
Well, you would look
What
like
kind
you're
of
married.
ratchet
Well,
behavior?
I think we've outdone with you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the point of this?
What's the point of your wife, right? Like, dump that.
An honest man and a clout-chasing thirsty woman. I swear, all of these chicks are trying to make a point that simps exist. Lady, we know they exist. We just don't claim them. Much like how most of us refuse to claim you. The top
Yeah,
comments
never
are,
claim
he straight up
simps.
said you can't
Okay.
have more mustard. Haha.
Holy shit,
I
that
agree
was
with the
so
man.
fucking
God,
weird.
So nasty, so fast.
Yeah, I was
What's the point to
I
this?
would be.
Bro knew he was being pranked.
I'd be questioning.
Doesn't take a
who
rocket
sh-
scientist to see a walking
especially
thirst
someone
trap.
you just met and is
Women
like,
when they think
yeah,
they're
I
funny.
know.
It gives Whitney
Oh.
Cummings vibes. That's
Back
for sure.
up.
He destroyed her as she deserved, period. And he didn't even have to try. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you
women
leave the
are
best
ratchet.
comment, you'll
okay?
get $5.
They
Thank
they
you so
are
much for watching.
304s
If you
and
found
they
value
belong
in
to
this
the
video,
streets.
hit the
Nothing
like
changes.
and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future
Oh,
uploads.
you just gotta
drop a
find
comment,
someone who's
and
not
share
a
it.
fucking
See you in the next
304
video.
who's
Till
ratchet
next time.
and who's gonna get you into fights. That's all. Yeah. Just hopefully they don't fucking start shit. Oh, God. It's a fucking battle. It's PvP. You gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for some of these women. Alright, what do we got here? CNN says only the right is violent. Uh-oh.
You guys remember Taylor Lorenz, right? She worked for the New York Times and the Washington Post. She's a so-called journalist.
Oh, is she back?
She's a feminist.
Wait,
and she's
wasn't I think
anti-racist, and
Asmongold
she's pro-lockdown.
fucking
Well, recently Taylor Lorenz was on CNN,
talking
and the
about
topic
this dumb
Luigi
bitch again.
Mangione was brought up. You know, the young guy who killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in cold blood. Well, Taylor Lorenz says that he is a handsome revolutionary who seems like he's a
No,
morally
she
good
didn't.
guy. Now we're gonna
What a
watch the
dumb
clip
fucking
and
whore.
see how we feel about it.
There's a huge disconnect between the
Oh,
narratives
God.
and angles that sort of mainstream media pushes and what the American public feels.
Why is she
and
still
you see that
here?
in moments like
Why
this.
is she still a fucking
And I can tell you,
journalist?
I saw the biggest
She
audience
is the
growth that I've
worst
ever
fucking
seen.
journalist on the
Because
fucking
people
planet.
were like, oh, some journalist is actually speaking to the anger that we
Honestly,
feel.
she's up. She's as bad as Hassan.
New York. So you're gonna see women, especially, that feel like, oh my God, right? Like here's this man who
She's like the Hassan.
who's revolutionary,
She's
who's
a version of
famous,
Hassan.
who's handsome, who's young, who's smart. He's a person that seems like this morally good man, which is fine.
I just realized women will literally
Dumb
kill an
bitch.
assassin before they swipe right on me. That's where we are. I'm sure you wouldn't like to be compared to a Trump supporter. But some of how people cannot understand why people have sympathies for Mangione strikes me as the same as a lot of media not understanding why people support Trump.
I totally agree.
It's because a lot of people are just really, really desperate.
They want somebody to take on the system. They want somebody to tear down these barbaric establishment institutions.
Okay. Thank you so much, Taylor Lorenz, for that wonderful.
They have a lot of rules and regulations. How do you call that barbaric?
And of course, I'll say this: I can understand
if
why
anything,
so
that's
people
more
have
annoying
for
than
Luigi
barbaric.
Mangione. In the wake of his cold-blooded murder,
I mean,
he was pedestalized online and called a hero.
If you really want the government to be barbaric, I could think of some ways they could be barbaric. I would probably instill those ways if I could.
Because he was a revolutionary who was going to make change within the healthcare industry. Have you guys seen any change within the healthcare industry after he killed a husband and father of multiple children? No, I don't think so. And retaliatory justice doesn't really work, does it? Because if we all went around just killing the people who we felt like were creating suffering or ruining our lives or the lives of other people, a lot of individuals would be dead. And who has the right to make the decision about who's worthy of life?
Right, no one has the decision to be the Grim Reaper. Right? That's against the law. You cannot be the Grim Reaper. You cannot be the executioner. That is not... In a society, that is against the law. And you will be reprimanded for that.
Or death in the wake of the way that they impact other people. Not random people who just decide to create a ghost gun and kill us.
You don't get to do vigilante justice. Well, it's not even vigilante justice. It's more you're just being a fucking straight up criminal. Going around fucking shooting people and shit. No, you're a fucking criminal.
A CEO, at least I would say, but that's not the opinion of Taylor Lorenz, of course. But we don't look to Taylor Lorenz for good opinions. And this is not the first time she said something like this about Luigi Mangione.
Well, you might as well just give her the ukulele.
Where somebody on Twitter said he still didn't deserve to get murdered in cold blood about Brian Thompson, and Taylor Lorenz reposted a response that yes, he did, and it should have happened sooner. Every single person profiting off of making the decisions that led to people dying from lack of health care would suffer a trial and jail time, at the least, if we lived in a country with actual justice. But this is what we get. Taylor Lorenz has also said this on TN.
I don't understand what these people are thinking, because you know that it doesn't matter if you kill this one person. They're just going to put another person in charge, right? And that really didn't fucking do anything. It just slowed down the bureaucracy of that fucking institution, right? That's all it did.
TMZ.
I'm speaking to the sentiment. People do want these executives dead. If you have
but you
watched,
said we want them dead, and I guess that's...
I mean, look, I'm gonna say I'm with the people in the sense that if you have watched a loved one die because insurance has denied them life-saving essential health care, it is natural to wish that the people who run those systems would suffer the same fate as your loved one. And
I mean, I get what she's saying, but that doesn't mean you can go around gunning down whoever you want. Crazy bitch.
America have had this experience. So yes, am I, you know, when I say, do I wish someone dead, you know, is that advocating for them
I would
to
love,
be killed? No, of course not.
I would love a lot of people's heads on a pike, but I can't get that because that's against the law.
Facilitated the deaths of thousands of innocent Americans through intentionally denying them coverage.
I would love this person's head on a pike, but I can't have that now, can I?
You know, leap over it. I do think that loss of life is a tragedy. I'm very against death generally, you know, as a principle. But I think, again, why do we mourn certain deaths and condone other deaths of innocent, vulnerable people?
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, it's all right there for you to hear. And again, this is not even the second time,
What do you mean?
the CNN
It's
clip
always,
that I've showed you where she said something like this.
We
She went on
always
Piers
have
Morgan Uncensored and
a
said something to the effect that this
subjective and
brought her
objective
joy
way
in this
of
entire situation
going
that happened
about
with Brian
things.
Thompson.
Why would you be in such a celebratory mood about the execution of another human being? Aren't you supposed to be on the caring, sharing left where, you know, you believe in the sanctity of life?
To be on the couch?
I do believe in the sanctity of life, and I think that's
Fucking
why
Piers
I
Morgan
felt, along
grilling
with so
her.
many other Americans, joy, unfortunately. You know.
And I will pose to Taylor Lorenz, if you're watching, hey girl, if Brian Thompson was solely responsible or responsible at large for so many deaths within the healthcare system, did the deaths stop once Luigi Mangione took his life?
Yeah,
allegedly?
it didn't really do
I don't
anything,
think so.
did it?
In fact, I don't think anything is changed. So maybe we don't make this our framework for bringing about justice or for making change, because the change has not been made, and we cannot so flippantly talk about the death of other individuals or wish death upon other individuals. And interestingly enough, they think that this is all okay within the framework of what they
whatever
deem to
their
be
crazy
morally good within leftist
worldview
politics
they
and towing the line of their
for
ideology.
policy
But if
change
anybody
and
on the right had a similar
whatever
belief to
they
what
want
Taylor
for the
Lorenz
government.
just espoused, I think she'd be able to figure out why that is so wrong. But apparently, okay, there is no such thing as violence on the left. For in this CNN special, I'm going to show you a clip, they talk about violence really being attributed to far-right extremism, with nothing on the left being equivalent.
Blown away.
And while America's roots are soaked in bloodshed, violence in the country today is mostly from right-wing extremism.
Well, there was that Democrat who was just attacked. Are they going to blame the alt-right for that one? There was a Democrat governor that was recently just attacked, or his house just firebombed. Are they gonna blame the alt-right people for that?
From Oklahoma City to Charlottesville to January 6th. There is simply no equivalent on the left.
There is simply no equivalent on the left.
No
for a moment, I'm going
equivalent
to
on
rack
the
my
left.
little peanut brain for a second to think if I can think of any sort of equivalent on the left. I'm pretty sure with the left, we went through 6 months of BLM riots with over $2 billion
riots, yeah.
in damage. I think like multiple
You
individuals
had
had their
the
lives
Kenosha
taken during the
County
BLM riots
fire,
after
right.
everything that took place with George Floyd. You have
George
Antifa
Floyd.
on the left
Antifa,
and all the
yeah.
different violence that came from that. You have recently, which I
People
can pull up right now because this is in the
firebombing
news
Tesla
as we speak.
dealerships.
Governor Shapiro's mansion,
Attacking
the governor's
cars.
mansion, set on
Oh, yeah,
fire.
she brought
And
this one
is
up,
what it
yeah.
looks like after all that. Let's go back to the beginning so you guys can see. Set on fire by an arsonist, and that
Oh,
is
she did
a recent example. You have all of the
news.
Tesla vandalism
Oh,
and
okay, she brought
violence,
up the
people
Tesla
who
ones
own
too, yeah.
Teslas getting attacked verbally, physically, having swastikas drawn on their car.
Yep,
and
yep.
when liberal politicians
They even
are asked
drew
how
the
they feel about it, here's their response.
They even drew the swastika wrong. God damn it. They keep drawing the swastika. I don't look, guys. If you're gonna draw the swastika, at least fucking draw it correctly. Like, come on, dude. What are you guys doing? Like, what is that? Oh man. Like, who does that? Draw it fucking correctly, man. If you're gonna do it, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you gotta be so retarded?
On their car. And when liberal politicians are asked how they feel about it, here's their response.
Can you tell us what you think about what's happening with the
Oh,
Tesla
yeah,
products,
yeah.
the violence,
Yeah, I
at the
saw this
dealerships?
one.
What's your take on
Yeah,
that?
this is when she just got her hip
Right,
replacement.
she doesn't have
yeah.
time to discuss the violence and vandalism that it's
Yeah,
taking
she doesn't
place.
have
All
time.
because
Chuck
people
Schumer
own or
doesn't
wants
have
to
time.
buy a
Right, all these
specific
people
type
don't
of
have
car.
time
And
to
of
talk
course, the
about it.
examples of this sort of violence and
Fucking Bernie Sanders.
retribution
Oh,
can
no.
go on and
Don't have
on and on
time.
when it comes to the left.
Oligarchy.
Our current president Donald Trump
The
was almost
oligarchy.
assassinated on multiple occasions, and that was cheered on by many on the left, saying they should have been the ones to do it, or they should have given
It's the
person a
oligarchy's
second
fault
shot, or
for
that
all
person
of the
only had
Tesla
one job.
attacks.
We have people, even now in the year 2025, wanting and calling for the assassination of President Donald Trump.
I 100% dare you
to name one thing that you hope happens in 2025.
Bro, I'm not picky either. A plane, a train, a fillet of fish, a golf ball, Mario's brother, a car. I don't care how it happens. It just needs to happen soon. Oh, the fucking... Ideally, when with Elon Musk and JD Vance standing directly behind him. Jesus Christ. They're talking about Luigi Mangione trying to hit up fucking Elon Musk and JD Vance. Jesus Christ. These people are wild.
It is endless. So to say that this sort of violence doesn't have some sort of equivalent on the left is wholly incorrect. And I'd also argue that there's probably more violence on the left. But I guess when they're talking about acts
it's
of
always
violence,
targeting
which they so
your
easily
politician.
attribute to the far right.
That's funny.
Even your silence is violence
The
on
very
the right.
tolerant
they cannot
left
look
is
in the mirror and
causing
look at themselves, and it's probably because they don't view
issues
their
in
actions
America.
as
That's
violence. They view
interesting.
them as justified acts of revolution, I guess, which is why Taylor Lorenz in our initial clip refers to Luigi Mangione as a revolutionary. Taylor Lorenz, you could not be more wrong.
He's a
and
revolutionary?
you could
I'm
not
sorry,
be
what?
less revolutionary.
That dude's a
And guys,
criminal.
those are my thoughts on Taylor Lorenz and the idea that there is no equivalent to right-wing violence on the left. And I only gave you guys a few examples. I'm sure you can give me more in the comments down below. So please do exactly that. And if you disagree with anything I said in this video, do get out, but do so respectfully. We encourage healthy debate on this channel. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Tomorrow. Alright, thank you. But yeah. I don't... Why is this dumb bitch still fucking around talking? I don't... Fucking Taylor Lorenz. She was attacking video games recently, and then now she's back doing her dumb bullshit here. It's fucking... fucking Luigi Mangione now. She's a 304 who belongs to the streets, and she's a hideous freak. she's a sad sack of a human being. Anyways, on to the next. Thank you for Amala Ekpunobi. We got it. Okay.